Down the starting lineup for you very quickly. Starting on the pole position in car number 45 is John Calcutt. Outside of him in the 22 car to be Nelson Calais out of Bogota, Colombia. On the inside of row 2, the defending champion of the Hooters Formula Cup, it'll be Anthony Lazzaro in car number 1, the Jackaroo barbecue sauce car. Outside of him, Hal Corbin, car number 61, Marietta, Georgia. Third row on the inside, John Renda, car number 3, the Marlboro Van Diemen. Outside of him, David Elliott out of Leeburn, Georgia, the Progressive Motorsports Red Line Oil Van Diemen. Starting in the fourth row on the inside, Alan May, car number 99. Outside of him in car number 5, Sam Schmidt. Those will be two cars to watch tonight. And in the fifth row on the inside, it'll be the number 30 automobile of Nathan Leiber. And outside of him in the 72 car to be Tim Richardson. Those are your top 10 starters as we get set to go green. Here they come. Tony Boswell waves the green flag. They go 3 wide down the front straightaway, Mark Bishardi.
And Anthony Lazzaro grabs the lead on the start.
He came from the third starting spot. Here comes Nelson Calais, as I get the proper Latin pronunciation of that name, moving up into the second spot.
Well, we got quite a point battle going on tonight, as we talked about in one of our other races here recently, between Anthony Lazzaro and Alan May, and it seems like it's a draw of the pill on who's going to be up front the quickest. These two guys, it's luck right now. They both are very competitive. They're even, and that seems to be what the deal is right now.
Yeah, we've got caution on the speedway, so the caution flag is out. And it looks like it's over in turn 1, Mark.
It's Hal Corbin who came off the racetrack. Looked like he might have blown an engine or something. Came down through the infield, and they're going to bring him across the track to go to the pits.
Hal Corbin, car number 61, an Ohio State graduate, and I know he was looking forward to a good run a couple of weeks ago up at Columbus, Ohio, but unfortunately got involved in a tangle on the first lap of the race. And a little bit earlier, and the winner of that was Nathan Leiber, who is a young rookie on the tour. And Anthony Lazzaro, he fell back. They were tied going into that event, Anthony Lazzaro and Alan May for the point lead. Alan May took over the point leader after the first 50, so now Lazzaro's trying to gain those points back. He's out in front and leading with Nelson Calais in the second spot out of Columbia in car number 22, and David Elliott running third in car number 10. Let's take a look at the replay of what brought out the caution flag. And it's the black car down on the inside of the speedway doing the quick 360, and that looks like that could be Sam Schmidt, Mark.
It does. It looks like our third place in points.
And you don't see that very often from Sam Schmidt.
Sam's been consistent all year long.
And I was just looking at him out of the corner of my eye there as he moves around the speedway, and he is having some definite handling problems with that car as the back end very twitchy with the 5 car. Got another angle of what happened to the 5 car Sam Schmidt. Let's take a look. There you see him racing with Tim Richardson in the 72 car, and the car just got away from him down on the inside.
Looked like he might have pinched it off a little bit too much, trying to stay underneath Tim Richardson.
And everybody doing a fine job going to the outside as Sam Schmidt, as he locks it up, lets the car slide on around, grabs the gear, and keeps going. Kind of look like Danny Sullivan at Indianapolis. Maybe
win and spin.
I don't know if he can do this.
And win.
I don't know if he can do the spin and win tonight, because Anthony Lazzaro looks strong, and a good run by Nelson Calais in the 22 car.
He's had a great run all night in the first 50 lap where he did well. As you see a car kind of get loose out there as we got caution.
In the 45 cars, caution is out on the speedway.
And that looks like Leiber there that spun in turn 4.
Nathan Leiber, who did such a good job in the 50-lap race we had earlier tonight before we came on the air. And Leiber picked up the first win and was very happy about that. A young driver, just a rookie on the Hooters Cup circuit, looking for major sponsorship on that car. And I'm sure he's taking a little extra adrenaline going into the 4th turn there at Desoto Speedway. Let's take a look at the replay and see what happened to Nathan Leiber. And again, it looked like he may have got down on the apron, Mark Bishardi.
Either that or the washboard we were talking about earlier in the late model race down in 3 and 4 may have upset the race car.
There he spins, and everybody gets to the high side. Kyle Conzer going around the outside along with Sam Schmidt. So everybody getting by okay. And there you see Marilyn McCurry headed to the pits in the Nikon Sports Optics number 92 car as Nathan Leiber rejoins the field. And there's your leader, Anthony Lazzaro, in car number 1. Nelson Callier in car number 22 out of the D'Agostino Racing Stables, running in the second spot, sponsored by Auto Craze and Intern Export. And there's Alan May, who's in the battle for the point lead with Anthony Lazzaro. He's going to move to the inside. He'll move underneath John Calcott to take over that 4th spot. So Alan May sees Anthony Lazzaro leading this thing. He doesn't have that big of a point lead, so he's trying to pedal hard to get up there with Anthony.
He only finished 1 spot in front of Anthony in the previous 50 lapper. So he needs to at least come up behind Anthony and be in position to maybe go away from here tied again.
There's the 09 car of Adam Wright out of Columbus, Ohio, the Dublin Dental Association car, and he's having a good run tonight.
There's a lot of good young drivers that have been coming along all year, and it's just good to see these guys be this competitive.
There's Sam Schmidt working to the inside of Adam Wright, and they're battling. Oh, they bump wheels in turn number 2. Or turn 4 rather, coming down the front straightaway, and Schmidt moves out in front of Adam Wright. But boy, that was an anxious moment with these open wheels.
Well, they're lucky they hit wheel to wheel and nobody hopped a wheel on that deal.
They might have put one who knows where after that.
Well, that would have been a catapult.
Kyle Konzer moving underneath Adam Wright as he falls back another position. So Kyle Konzer in the 27 car. You were talking earlier tonight that Konzer is going to be hanging up the helmet.
Yep, the end of the season he told me that he's tired of being away from his family and he wants to go home.
Well, you know, one thing about race car drivers is it's hard for him to quit. I think Konzer may take some time off, but being the competitor that he is, it wouldn't surprise me to see him back on the Hooters Formula Cup trail before too long.
Yeah, usually. How many have we seen over the years that retire and be back 6 months later?
Many, many. I've seen guys retire from week to week. They're going.
Depends on how they finish.
Right, right. There you see David Elliott in car number 10 as he battles with the number 99 Red Dog Beer Van Diemen of Alan May. Alan May led the point standings for most of the season, but had the misfortune of crashing his car at Columbus Motor Speedway 2 weeks ago. He brought out a backup car. In fact, he got in his teammate's car, John Calcutt's car. Calcutt ran his backup car. He was leading the race and had some fuel pickup problems, but still salvaged a 3rd place finish. Lazzaro won that race, and after the Columbus race, they were deadlocked in the point lead with 227 points. And as you said in the event we had earlier tonight, that May finished 1 spot ahead of Lazzaro to take over the point lead. But with Lazzaro out in front now with 25 laps in the books, when he comes by to lead this 26th lap mark, he'll get some bonus points for leading the most laps.
He'll pick up a few points on Allen. Allen right now needs to try to get around these 2 cars that are in front of him to try to put some pressure on Anthony Lazzaro. But we talked about the bad luck. Anthony's been there all year long. It's been, those guys have never been over maybe 1 or 2 positions different on the racetrack all year.
Nelson Callier, car number 22, still riding in the 2nd spot. David Elliott is in 3rd in car number 10. 4th is Alan May, and in the 5th spot it'll be John Calcutt in car number 45. So the top 4 or 5 cars running pretty close together on the speedway. There you see David Elliott in 3rd with the 4th place car of Alan May right behind him as they work into turn number 3. Bring it off the 4th turn here at Desoto Speedway and down the front straightaway. There you see John Renda in car number 3, the Marlboro Van Diemen. He's back running in the 6th position. 7th is Tim Richardson in car number 72, the Greased Lightning Van Diemen. And here's 2 young drivers that have been coming up through the ranks. They're having a good run tonight. Yeah,
Tim Richmond's been really looking good. He was looking forward to the race we were supposed to have in Virginia because he goes to Virginia Tech University. But he's happy to be in Florida and he's doing well.
And we are looking forward to going to Hialeah Speedway 2 weeks from tonight for the running of the RC Cola 200 and the BG Products 100 for the, or that's a 100 lap for the late models, RC Cola 100, the 100 lap BG Products 100 for the Hooters Formula Cup cars. And Mark, you and I have seen the late models many, many times at Hialeah Speedway, but I think it's going to be fun to watch these Formula cars on a relatively flat 3rd mile oval at Hialeah Speedway down in the Miami area. area.
Well, it is a banked racetrack, but it's not much. The big joke down there is when it rains, the water runs to the outside of the racetrack. So to see these cars on a flat track will be fun. The late models, it's always a joy. That's a great racetrack for somebody who supplies these cars with sheet metal.
That certainly is true. So we're looking forward to being in Hialeah Speedway in 2 weeks, and we hope that you'll join us too from Hialeah Speedway on your Prime Network station in your area, and check your local listings for the times and stations in your area for Hooters Cup action, late models, the RC Colon 200, and the Hooters Formula Cup cars that you're seeing now from here at Desoto Speedway in the BG Products 100. That's coming up in Hialeah Speedway, coming up in 2 weeks from tonight. So we also have yet to come this year, USA International Speedway, a 250 lap event, and then we'll end the season with the Snowball Derby in Pensacola, Florida.